All right, you've seen this a million times, right? A bird just sitting on a high-voltage wire, totally unfazed. And you have to wonder, how in the world do they not get zapped? Well, today we're going to break down this everyday mystery, and I'll give you a hint. It's not a superpower, it's just pure physics.
I mean, it's such a common sight we just take it for granted. Birds on a wire, looking like they're completely immune to the thousands of volts of electricity flowing right under their feet. So, how is that even possible? The answer isn't some kind of magic, it's all about the basic rules of how electricity works.
And this is exactly what I love about science. It shows you the extraordinary things hiding in the most ordinary moments. This little mystery is a perfect example of some pretty complex physics playing out right in front of us every day.
Our brains just scream danger, right? You think wire plus any living thing equals a big, bad shock. So when we see these birds looking so calm up there, it feels like a total paradox. But again, this isn't some special bird ability. It's just a bird who has no idea it's demonstrating the fundamental laws of electricity for us.
So, to really solve this puzzle, we first have to get a handle on how electricity behaves. So let's dive into the basic rules that explain why our feathered friends are so shockingly safe.
Okay, so at its most basic level, the electricity in that wire is what we call an electrical current. Just imagine a constant flow of teeny tiny charged particles called electrons, all marching in the same direction through that wire. And this is the most important part. Think of that current like a river. Just like water always flows downhill, electricity is always looking for the easiest possible path to get from a point of high energy to a point of low energy. It's lazy. It won't take a detour if it doesn't have to.
Now, for this river of electricity to actually flow, it needs a complete closed loop to travel on. We call that a circuit. If you have a break anywhere in that loop, the whole thing just stops. It's like putting a giant dam in the middle of that river. No flow.
Okay, so let's take those ideas, the current, the easy path, and the circuit, and apply them to our bird on the wire. This is where it all clicks. So here's the secret. When a bird is sitting on just one single wire, both of its feet are at the exact same high energy level. There's no difference in energy between its left foot and its right foot. And remember, electricity only flows when it can go from high energy to low energy. Since the wire itself is a super easy path, like a giant highway for electrons, the electricity has absolutely no reason to take a detour through the bird. It just keeps flowing along the wire, completely bypassing our little friend. To put it really simply, the bird isn't offering a better path. It's just a tiny little island in a huge, fast-moving river of current, and that river has no reason at all to change its course.
So on one wire, the bird is totally fine. But what happens if things change? When does that peaceful little spot become a deadly trap?
What if that bird suddenly becomes the missing piece of a new puzzle? What happens if it accidentally creates a brand new path for that electricity to follow? Well, that's when things get very, very dangerous.
And this is the whole shebang right here. On the left, a safe bird just hanging out on one wire. On the right, a deadly mistake. If a bird touches two wires at the same time, or maybe a wire and a grounded metal pole, it suddenly becomes a bridge. It completes the circuit. All of a sudden, the bird's body is the path of least resistance, and that massive electrical current will surge through it in an instant.
Okay, so this isn't just a fun fact about birds. The same exact rules of physics apply to us, and knowing how this works could literally save your life. Let's talk about why this is so important for you.
The laws of electricity don't play favorites. The huge problem for us is that we're big, and we're almost always touching the ground. That combination makes us the perfect candidate to complete a really dangerous circuit. Here's the bottom line. Because we're standing on the ground, we're already connected to that low energy point. So if you touch a live power line, you become the bridge. Your body creates that perfect, easy path for the current to rush to its destination, the ground. And the result is a massive and often fatal electrical shock.
So the takeaway here is pretty clear, right? The very same physics that keeps birds safe is what makes those power lines incredibly dangerous for people. The rules don't change, but for us, the stakes are way, way higher.
So there you have it. What looks like a bird's superpower is really just a fantastic, real-world example of physics in action. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other everyday mysteries are just waiting for us to uncover the science behind them? What other superpowers are just hiding in plain sight? Thanks for tuning in.